Good evening and welcome to another video by SodaMan420. If you have never seen a video before, today I am actually in our most recently acquired squad, 1 Inch Punch. And if you want to come hang out with us, stop in. We'll be having a war soon, I'm sure. Anyhow, the subject this evening is the hero defenses that we've been doing. Currently, my base is set up for hero defenses so that I can always 3-star and get some extra crates. It is a trade-off. The first thing that I wanted to mention. What I mean by that is usually a regular play defensive base is not as strong against a hero defense, and a hero defense will usually not be as strong against regular play defense. And I'm sure that there are hybrid bases that do okay on either of them, but in this case, I basically just said, screw it. I'm going to go for 100% for hero defense, and I wanted to show you guys what I was up to. So I figured I would walk you guys through a couple of them. Right now, I'm on Tatooine, and I have some basic crap in my squad center. For best performers, for best effect, I try to use bikes. In this case, it doesn't really matter if your base is great enough. You could do it without decas, without air, without anything, and still do okay. So what I'm going to do is put these perks on, and I'll show you guys kind of what I use for that. So thankfully, we're in a level 49 squad. Best perk to use to do a hero defense loop is Orbital Reckoning. Why? Because you can turn this on, and then instead of needing 10 wins or 10 victory points, victory stars to move planets, what you can do is just use 3. So that's one. And then if you combine that with the hidden trade route, you can move from planet to planet without having to fight at all. So you could do like all 6 or what is it? How many worlds are there? So all 6 planets without having to ever fight a human player and just do hero defenses, which is what we're going to do right now. Other notable things here. My aircraft of choice is actually the Fang Fighter. Mine are only level 5, but they blow stuff up real good. And these are just left over from like a mission that I had. So here's what we're going to do. Going to scoot to whatever the next world is. Hit relocate. When you get to that planet, ta-da! Normally a hero defense is waiting for you. So the first thing we're going to do is check what armory perk. So we're on a green planet. I have forest jets in my squad center, but Senator Leia Organa is probably the most awesome hero to use in a hero defense. She's really tanky, and she does a hell of a lot of damage. After that would probably be Kessin. Usually I don't need everybody. Another quick tip, when you click on the briefing buttons, instead of clicking defend now, if you want to see what's coming beforehand, okay, you guys know now that it's going to be a vehicle hero defense, which for my base it's set up right now a little easier. And other notable things is that when the hero defense launches, keep in mind that the computer is going to automatically target your Starship command, your hero command, and your squad center. Okay, your squad center has to be deployed just like you would in a regular battle. It doesn't just like spring into action like it does on like a regular PvP defense, right? The other thing is they try to target these 3 things because it's when they are disabled, or if this building right here, here, or here is destroyed, you can't use that function anymore. So when your hero command is destroyed, you can't launch any more heroes. When your Starship command is destroyed, you can't launch any more heroes. When your squad center is destroyed, you can't launch or like use your squad center or the troops that are inside it, right? So when you're setting up your base for hero defense, you want to put those kind of nestled in the back so that they really got to get through a lot of stuff to get to them. Okay. Other things to keep in mind is that troops like scouts, or I'm sorry, troops like snipers, bikes, will automatically aggro and do like a death march to your Decas, okay, and any heroes that you place down. So it's not usually wise to drop your heroes like out in the open over here unless it's maybe just like the final wave or something. Usually you try to nestle them in here because the enemy has to get through these walls, excuse me, buildings, etc., before they can attack that hero. So it's all about positioning, okay? And mostly, if your base is designed right, what you're going to be using the air for is just to pick off anything to either save time, or if you see you're getting close to that borderline of like 25 to 30%, maybe just to really ensure that you're going to get 3 stars. Because honestly, if you don't get 3 stars, it's really hardly worth it for, for the defense. So we're going to hit defend, and we're going to watch what happens. So, like I said, I may not even need to deploy anything. Vehicle hero defenses are pretty easy. I may protect the Decas. So I'm just watching that. See, so. And then what happens is the Decas come a-running. So far, I've just used Luke. That thing died pretty damn quick. So again, part of doing this is knowing what your base's strengths and weaknesses are. Particularly, I know that like these things I watch out for, because they get in real close and then they blow up. So you got to be mindful what your base is strong on and what it's weak on. If you have a concern, manage it with air, manage it with your squad center. So we did 16% on that one without breaking a sweat. Boom. And what do we get for that? Freaking crates. Right? So now because I'm doing like a round robin here, like back to back to back, I'm just going to use things from the squad center. So if I got a Luke in here somewhere, there we go. Alright, so that was pretty easy, right? Let's do it again. Booyah. Now we're on Air Kit. Air Kit's a much different planet. Usually it's a little more difficult. So this one I'm probably going to have to expend a little more resources on to win, right? So we're going to look and see. What do we got coming? Infantry. So infantry is almost always the most difficult one for this base. So what are we going to do? We're going to look and see what things we got. Make sure that we manage the threats properly. I really don't have a whole lot of mortar turrets, so that's why my base really isn't that great versus infantry, right? But what other things can we do to mitigate that? Well, we can manage that with heroes. We can manage that with the squad center and what things we've got on for perks. So what do I have on for perks right now? Reinforced mounting, which gives all the turrets, this kind and this kind, a boost in health. And then same thing for the heat sink, so that gives it a boost in damage. Additionally, this for the walls, so it makes them like hard to kill. Okay, same thing with the resource credits and the resource alloy. And then I just put this one in here kind of for good luck. You can swap out jets for any one of the other vehicle perks, the other things like that. Just depends on what your layout is looking like. Right? Got plenty of fangs. Look, make sure we're good to go. Did we refresh our traps? Wonderful. Let's roll. Okay. So defending the Decas. Boom. So we got it ready. Just remember, jetpacks are not affected by air. Not affected by air. Boom. That was pretty good. Didn't really use a whole lot. That hurts the walls, of course. So we might throw Kessin down over here. Does that'll help? We'll watch that other side. If we need to throw a hero down, then we will. So we're just kind of making sure they don't really get much further than the wall here, okay? Blow them up when you gotta. Boom. 21%. So what did we use for that? We used 2 heroes, a couple of fangs, and a squad center. So the infantry, again, much more difficult. If you see the previous one and you go back, ooh, that was loud. If you go back to the previous, like rewind to the previous one, that was much less difficult for this base, right? I mean, we ain't meeting 10 minutes here or whatever. Keep it friggin' moving, right? So what do we get for that one? Another Bronzium crate. So the one thing I can't do any more quickly is ask for bikes. So hopefully the squad will come through here. And while we do that, while we wait for that, we'll pick another planet. Yavin, no problem. Green planet. Anytime you're on a green planet, just think about using like Senator Leia Organa, right? So there you go. Always thank your squad mates. Thanks, CEO. Hopefully you'll watch this video and hear that thank in person. Other things to keep in mind when you're playing, like for reals, and you're not just doing a video like this, you know, you don't have to go into the inventory in today's example. I'm just using stuff because we're pressed for time. So making sure you have plenty of fangs, plenty of heroes, plenty of stuff in the squad center. Next thing we're going to do is look at what's coming. So we got infantry again, going to be a little bit more difficult. Go, look and see what we got. We're probably going to swap in Leia, right? Because she's a great hero for this. Okay, going to hit the briefing and hit defend. And again, we're expecting that those bikes are going to come around, and there they are, right? There they are. So I'm going to launch those bikes on the other side of this thing right here. And maybe drop a fang, right? So we lose the Deca, right? Got to be mindful of that stuff. Didn't mitigate it as well this time, so we paid with the Deca. Okay, so we're doing okay. 10%, that's not bad. Right, we lost the Deca, which sucks. You could do them with Decas down, by the way. Watching those sides. So this one looks like it's starting to get away. We're going to throw Leia at it. Boom. Leia is a great like cleanup. She really does take care of most stuff on that side. So the base is looking pretty ragged right now, but not really a problem this time. Just looks bad. We're actually doing better than last time, right? Boom, 18%. So again, just to remind everybody, this is extremely sped up. You don't normally have to do them this quickly. You can actually wait in between your hero defenses. But honestly, it's kind of fun doing it like this. And since Disney's giving away friggin' free crystals this week, it's almost like, hey, may as well, you know? I'm not going to worry. I'm just going to let that repair at normal speed. So what do we get for that? A third heroic defense crate. So we're 3 for 3. What do we need here? So he had to build 17 speeder bikes. So let's see what we could do. We're having fun. Why the hell not? Right. So we can use perks to mitigate that or whatever. But again, it doesn't really matter here. I'm just kind of having fun for the sake of the video. So we're going to swap worlds again. What's the next one? Hoth. This would be fun. Now, if I was smart, which I'm not, I would have gone back in time and probably used Han Solo because he's got a great skin. But let's see what we got here. Vehicles and infantry, right? So we just checked it out. We got vehicles and infantry coming. What are we going to do? We are going to look and see what things we can do. Okay, so Hoth is a little bit of a weird animal. Like, I don't have Han Solo equipped in this. Actually, you know what I could do? I'll show you guys a little trick, right? If you don't like the way your squad center's looking, you don't like the way your hero layout is, know what you can do? Dump a hero and then end battle and go back to it. So here's a trick. If you say, whoops, I didn't have the right hero equipped, you can end the battle. It still gives you the opportunity to go back and do that squad, that defense, right? That hero defense. But what you can do is go in there and select a new hero, so that you can use the fancy cool skin that you worked so damn hard for, right? There you go. So you got to just be mindful. There you go. Thanks again, CO. So always say thanks. Politeness is a virtue. So we got vehicles and infantry. You guys saw a little sneak preview of that just a second ago. Boom. Ugh, so dead. So what's going to happen again? Same thing. They're going to go right for that thing. So we're going to do mitigate it a little better this time. A little more mindful. So I'm actually not even going to use a squad center this time. There you go. Boom. So we're doing good. You get to see the Han Solo in a sec. I'll probably put him over here just to try to... Yeah, the Deca went and died on me. A lot of times I'll do them with them down, actually. Woo! Look how much he can take. Just look how well he does. He's very fragile, though, so that's the one challenge with that. So again, don't usually put him out in the open like that. I'm just kind of goofing around today. But still, we're at 22%. And Kessin will go for the finish. Bam. Pretty good, right? Hey, Cheeto. Hey, Alray. Cheeto Alray. Guess what? You're in the video, Alray.